If we were to both be honest, if you were to be honest with yourself, you're not ready to make 10K plus a month. You're not. And if you were, you would be. But I want to talk about a couple things why I'm saying this and why it's important that you are aware of this, right? Because this can make or break what you have going on, right? First and foremost, I just want to ask that God uses me in a way to speak through me to allow this message to resonate and connect with those for whom it's intended for. That's this message will reach soft hearts and open minds. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right. Let's talk about it. I was someone that was trying to figure out how to get rich. Do I still want to be able to break generational curses and build a legacy and make a lot of money? You bet it. You bet. However, that's not even what I'm going for, though. That's just going to be a byproduct of what I do. You know what I mean? Let me check this. Make sure we got this going. Okay, that should be cool. That's just gonna be a byproduct of what's actually gonna happen from my hard work and dedication, from me adding value to people's lives. You get me? Right? Because here's the thing. There's so many things. I'm gonna make a couple points, so you guys gotta stick around because this ain't scripted. This ain't me writing no notes. I'm literally driving. I'm just talking to you guys, and I'm gonna touch on so many things. So you gotta just buckle up. You clicked on the video. Let's get through it. Let's commit to it. You're gonna get something from this. I promise. Watch. So I've done it. I've been there. I've made 10K plus in a month. More than one time. I know what it's like. I know what it takes. I've done it. I'm trying to tell you why you haven't. And I'm trying to tell you why you're not ready. And I want to tell you the things that you need to focus on and be prepared for and strengthening yourself before that comes, or it's going to do you more harm than good. Like it was for me. It did me harm. Because I wasn't ready. In some ways, I wasn't ready. In a lot of ways, I was. If I wasn't, it wouldn't have happened. But there's some areas where I wasn't. So I'm gonna talk to you guys first from the perspective of where I was good at and where I was ready at and where you aren't. That's why you can't even experience it yet to even know it's too hot, right? And this is that. You are not a serious person. You are not a serious person. People don't take you serious. Has anyone ever said that you're too serious? Now, people probably say that you always playing. Not me. I'm somebody that people think is too serious and needs to go have some more fun. Nah, see, that don't happen when you're somebody who's just out and about and just doing whatever. Nah, man, I be locked in. I be researching. I be reading books. I don't care what nobody think about me, right? I'm showing up. I'm showing out. I'm about to win. So many of y'all not serious, and I'm not saying that your dream ain't serious, that your vision isn't serious, that you're not serious about what you're trying to do. What I'm saying is that you haven't reached that point to where this is the most important thing to you. Your mission, your purpose, completing your mission, completing your purpose. Right? I'm not saying more important than God, but we're gonna touch on that later on. We'll touch on that soon. But it has to become more important than what people think of you. It has to become more important than how people feel about you. It got to become more important than Then if, oh, this is embarrassing, it got to become more important than any doubts, any fears you have. It has to become more important than so many things that if you don't allow this to be, you're going to lose. You're never going to get there because you're not serious enough. And there's too many things that just so happen to throw you off of your focus. There's so many things that just so happen to throw you off of your game. And it cannot be that. You're going to have to be serious. Are you serious enough to be uncomfortable? Are you serious enough to invest your last? Are you serious enough to ask for help and pay for courses and classes and coaches? Are you serious enough to get the information that you need? It's one thing to sit here and watch this video, but it's a whole nother thing to start taking these things, taking action on the information that you're getting. You see, they tell you that knowledge is power, and knowledge has power, but applied knowledge is where the power actually is. You gotta apply the knowledge. If not, this means nothing. It is empty. It is empty. This means it's just a bunch of words that are meaningless until action is applied and taken from them, right? I've done it. I've paid for coaching. I've paid for courses. I've paid for I've paid for these things, man, because I was serious. So many people, see, you're serious, but you're serious about the wrong things. You're serious about being able to drive your dream car. You're serious about being able to get your dream girl. You're serious about being able to dress in the best clothes, have the best watches. But see, none of that stuff is a great enough reason for you to overcome the days where you're filled with doubt, where you're filled with fear, where you're filled with, all these other things, humiliation. You're uncomfortable. It's not enough to make you get up and go do it. It's not enough. What is your reason? Some of you say, oh, my kids are my reason. And I'm not saying it's not a great reason, but what I'm saying is your kids don't care about this G-Wagon. That's you. That's what you want. Your kids want the little toy that you can already afford. So you're saying this, but in you're actually comfortable with where you're at in life. You're not serious enough about changing your circumstances, about changing your life. You have to be fighting something greater than yourself. You're thinking small. When you say, I'm doing this for my family, you're actually thinking small because your family's already taken care of. So anything above the essentials and necessities, right, is actually, what do you call this? This is a luxury. It's not going to get you there. I promise you, it's not going to get you there. Now, for some, it is, because that's their dying thing. That's what they'll, you know what I mean? Like, but it's not the thing for everybody. Some people need more. They need more motivation. But you guys are not serious about a lot of these things. That's why you're not that, right? What I mean by serious is like, are you willing to wake up at 5 in the morning? So we were talking about paying for courses, paying for coaching, paying for sessions, paying for getting therapy, reading books, doing all these things, right? Using your money to invest back in yourself. But are you serious about doing the things that you think, oh, that ain't me, that ain't me, that ain't me? People who seek to become wealthy are people who are malleable. These are people who are looking to be a better version of themselves. So if you say, oh, this is what it takes, wake up at 5 in the morning, hit the gym, power into everything that you're trying to do, as far as let's get on these calls, let's get on these courses, let's read, let's do some, you're really intentional with your time. You're very organized with your time. There's so much that you have to do, right? I started my personal development journey when I was really 20. And I didn't have my first 10K months until I was about 28. because there was so much work I had to do. I I was in high school. There was multiple times where my family was homeless. So there was a lot of limiting beliefs. There was a lot of trauma. There's a lot of things that I had to work on and develop. I had to go through a lot of sessions of therapy. I had to go through coaching from entrepreneurs and other successful individuals, right? From business coaching to mindset coaching to all these different things. I paid for it. I've read at least 100 books on personal development. I've done it. I've done the work. I did a lot of work before that even came through. Now, am I saying that's the route you got to take? No, because some people didn't go through as much pain and trauma and shit that I went through growing up. So it might not, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't go through all of that. You from a different environment. You have a different upbringing, different background, different person. And I don't want it to take that long for you. That's why I want to have this conversation with you guys now, right? But for so many of you, it's the fact that you're not serious about changing your life. You're not serious about changing your life. You're not trying to get all the information that you need. You're not trying to apply all the information that you're given. It is a constant of being intentional with your time, making the most out of your time. So how can I do the most in this time, in the 24 hours that I have? Sacrificing, missing out on a lot of things, missing out on a lot of activities, on a lot of events, on a lot of outings, missing on a lot of things. As I said, get serious. You got to get serious. Right? Here's the next thing. I'm a God-fearing individual, God-fearing man. And so many people, entrepreneurs, you get caught up into this hustle culture and this mindset that money is everything, and money is the most important thing. And subconsciously, some of you guys aren't realizing this, but you've made an idol out of money. You've made an idol out of money. And you look at money as it is the answer to all your problems, and it's going to change everything and so forth. And you rely and depend and connect less and less with God. That when people say money is the root of all kinds of evil, it stems from that. It stems from when people put the love of money over the love of God, and you're willing to do whatever to make money. And you'll get lost and consumed in that. And this is why people lose their families. They lose their loved ones. Their children grow up and their children don't know who you are, because you haven't built a relationship with them, because you've put the love of money over everything. Because see, it is the fear of God that is the beginning of knowledge, right? That's what Proverbs says. And it's the fear of God that will make sure that it's God over everything, right? And when God's over everything, you're gonna be very mindful of how you live your life and how you treat people and how you think. So you're gonna take care of honor your wife. You're gonna take care and raise up amazing young men and women, right? And you have no choice but to be in their life because of the fear of God. So many of you can't get to that point or maintain that point because you have lost focus on why you started this journey to begin with. You've begun to make an idol out of money. And this is the area where I was struggling. I was so focused on numbers. I was so focused on, winning. I was so focused on data. I was so focused on reaching goals that I was praying less, and I was not, talking to God about decisions first. And I was just moving. I was so driven. I got consumed by my own desires and began to desire God's God's, a connection with God, right? And that's saying that I wasn't believing, I'm losing faith. No, I was doing all this stuff. It's as if like you're like, I like to look at it like this. You're picking a team. Hey, you're on the road to you're on this journey of life, right? You're on this journey of life, and I need you to start picking some things that you can take with you to ensure your success. Just to ensure you get everything you want in life. You can only pick 5 things now. You can only pick 5 things. So what do you pick? What do you pick? What do you pick? And here you go. All right, first thing for my life, I want to make sure I got a lot of money. Wrong. You've played yourself. You see? Because whenever you don't pick God first, God will be like, nah, I don't even want to be a part of this. Because it says, do not put anything above God. Do not put any false idols above God. Do not put anything above God. So if you think that you're gonna pick anything above God, and God gonna be like, okay, thank you for picking me. I'm so happy to be here. Nope. You gotta pick God first. God. Okay. Boom. It looked like your chances of becoming successful is already there. You still got 4 more things. At this point, you're just picking things that you also just love and enjoy, and it's like comfort, right? Because God's gonna give you everything you desire anyway. So you're like, okay, boom. First pick, God. Okay. Second pick, family. Right? Third pick, health. Get in that gym. Eat healthy. Take care of your mental health. Right? Right? So it's like, honestly, money shouldn't be in your top 3. Money shouldn't be in your top 3. Because when money's in your top 3, you're willing to one of them gotta go. Your health gonna go, your family gonna go, or your relationship with God is gonna diminish. It's gonna suffer. Now, I'm in a better state of mind, man. A better state of mind where I'm like, man, I ain't even impressed about making more money and doing all that. I just want to make God happy, right? How can I please God with the time I have here? How can I please God with the gifts and abilities He has given me? How can I be a better servant to God? Right? Deuteronomy 2:22, I believe it says, do not forget the Lord your God, for it is He who has given you the ability to generate wealth, to create wealth for yourself. So many people forget God and trade God for wealth. Here, take my relationship with God. Let me get $1 million. I'd be cool, I promise. You have made money your God. You're not the first. This is in the Bible. They were doing this in the Bible. And see, God sees that. He sees that this has pull over you, and He's not going to allow you to just. For some of you who already have a relationship, you're like, God, I just need money. And God's like, no, you just need me. You have me. I have given you the gifts. I have given you all these things. You just need to get serious. Now we're back in the beginning, right? We're back in the beginning. You just need to get serious. Stop praying to me for money when I've given you gifts. I've given you purpose. I've given you guidance. I've given you knowledge. I've given you love. And understand when you got that, and understand when you have that. Now we're cooking, right? God has given me everything I need in this life to succeed. All I need is faith. Okay. What is my gift? Now I'm starting to assess my gifts. I told you guys yesterday about how you guys aren't using your gifts. Now I'm assessing my gifts, and I'm seeing how I can use them to serve God and serve God's people. Who is God's people? You guys who are listening, who are still watching this video. Now God wanted to make sure this message reached you. There's something that you have in you that God has given you, a gift, a purpose, right? That will serve Him and serve His people, which is us, each other. And people will pay you for your service. And God will reward you for your service and your obedience. That is how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. We're complicated by putting money first, putting all these other things first, doing all these other things. Like, no, man. You're going to get lost in the sauce. You're going to lose your soul. You're going to lose your sanity. Because that's just simply not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be. Right? So sometimes God can be protecting you from your own desires because he knows what they'll do to you. He knows what will happen. And you got to seek him and say, God, okay, I do want to be able to take care of my family and, financially. And it's something that is necessary here in this physical world. God knows that. So it's like, what do you want me to do? What should I do? Fast on that. Seek, read scripture. Right? That's one thing I learned about tithing. When you tithe, it makes sure that money is never your master. When some people are so tight with their money and so greedy with their money and not giving, that means that money is their master. That's a clear sign that you're making an idol out of money. We got to be giving, especially when it comes to tithing and it's very important, man. So I don't want you guys to be seeking how can I do this? How can I do this? How can I do this? First of all, understand this. This is the general breakdown for anybody who made it to the end of this video. 1, seek to serve God. Seek to serve God. 2, focus on developing. Focus on becoming the version of you that you need to be to complete this mission that God has put you on. Right now, man, God has a good challenge for me. I have a great purpose. God has put a lot on my plate. I know I need to develop. I need to be better. I cannot be the person I am today. I gotta get better for what's coming in my life. I gotta find better. I gotta become more stoic. I need to gain a lot of knowledge. I need to start reading. I need to start learning. I need to start paying people for coaching calls. I need some mentors. I need a lot of things, man. That's 2. Right? Focusing on becoming and not the destination. Focus on the journey and not the destination. Right? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So, and when you do that, everything that you're gonna get, you're gonna have $100,000 month. You're gonna have all of these things, but you need to focus on keeping God first. How can I serve God? And you need to focus on becoming. How do I keep getting better? What can I learn now? How can I improve for what God has coming for me in my life? How can I continue to improve so I can serve the people that God is bringing to me at a higher level, at a more efficient level, at a more effective level? When you exist right there, everything's gonna work out for you. That's why you gotta read. That's why you gotta journal. That's why you gotta be in the gym. That's why you need to be watching these videos and other people like myself, right? That's why you need to be reading these books. That's why you need to be doing all these things to stay consistent and stay sharp and stay constantly growing. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna happen over time. So just stay focused on showing up every day, on developing and getting better, and most importantly, on the relationship with God, your understanding of the word, and all those things will come. I love you guys, man. Please take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you in the next video.